shift just to the side so I don't have to deal with that. Whatchamahoozum. Oh. What up, doggo? Yeah, I'm here. Mr. the Hut. Is it Doggo or Mr. the Hut now? We're just kind of wrapping on the year. I got kind of an unexpected Christmas gift. I don't know what you want to call it. Doober's had an interesting Christmas. I was going to try and put a chat together, but apparently you can't do that on YouTube anymore. You have to use some sort of third-party software. I was like, oh crap! It's just like the freaking. They changed it, man. It's just like the phone app now. There's no difference between the YouTube app and the phone app. Wow. That's lame. So you can no longer do the whole Google Hangouts thing. I guess are they discontinuing Hangouts then probably? Something like that. We're all gonna have to go to OBS and Streamlabs and whatnot and build our own platforms. Whatever. YouTube was never my friend anyhow. We were just here out of necessity. I thank YouTube for the play it played in building our community and getting everybody together on Discord, but YouTube's cool and all. I've got better tools to document what I do, better resources to talk to my compatriots and share information. I don't really need YouTube for that, though. We will be publishing some fresh content for 2019. We're going to probably change the format for our YouTube stuff. And while it will still be cannabis related and cannabis centric, it may be a little less panel showy, except for some scheduled whatnot. I'm still kind of reworking things, getting into a new situation. Like I said, some stuff changed over Christmas for me. I'm currently sitting here at my local coffee shop, so if you see me glancing around side to side, up and down and around, that is because there are a bajillion people here on a Sunday morning, and apparently it's the hot spot to be between Christmas and New Year's or something. I don't know. Everybody's home from college, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm a little old for that, but there looks to be a lot of 20-somethings here. So I'm guessing it's unusual. It's not usually this busy on a Sunday. I've been here once or twice or 1,000 times, and this is a little extra banging. But, enjoying a nice cup of East Timor pour-over. I didn't bring the Doober mug with me. I may take this to the patio at some point. Jiminy Christmas, there's more. They're all just filing in. I can't believe this place is banging today. Hopefully the internet doesn't go to trash because everybody tries to connect to the Wi-Fi. I'd probably be better off doing this on my phone. The only reason I even did this through the laptop was to share with some of the guys on Discord, and then I realized I couldn't even do that. It's a sad day for YouTube. Jiminy Christmas. Also, if it's a little loud, hopefully you guys aren't picking too much of the background noise up in here. But thank God for the headset. This is why I don't use cheap earbuds for live streams, is because headsets have a way better pickup. Holy bejesus. The line's literally, I'd almost want to flip the camera around, but the line here is almost going out the door. It's insane. But I found a nice quiet corner with an electricity plug and very few people up in my business, so I can sit here and mutter quietly into the microphone for a while. We still got 2 minutes till actual live time, so anybody who's tuned in early here, I probably should have gone and bugged everybody on Discord and told them I was going live, but hopefully whatever the new going live scheduled stream thing does something. Somebody's out there watching me. So this is, we're sitting on the eve of 2018, today being the 30th. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day the day after. So I probably won't see any of you guys until next year. Ha ha ha. But I got a little bit of hustle to get on this weekend. It looks like we may get some snow New Year's Eve. It's iffy, but it's looking like we're going to have a white New Year's. We tried to have a white Christmas. It snowed for about 5 minutes and then gave up. But we will be having a white New Year's, it looks like. And after that, then we can start kind of focusing on breaking ground in the garden. And what the hell is Outlook yelling at me for? It's like I haven't connected to like literal hardline internet on my laptop in some time. For some reason, it doesn't like to connect to my phone's hotspot, so I have to like use my PlayStation and stuff through that. We don't have hardline internet at Doober's new farm. We are currently we moved over the summer, and during that whole lapse of content when I disappeared for a couple of months, part of that was because we were moving and getting resituated and whatever. We are now plugged in at a new location for my home, as well as kind of moving things around with the op as well. What up, yo, doggo the hut? Hey, somebody's watching. I know nobody's up here on like a Sunday morning, and I totally don't blame them. It's only like 11 o'clock where I'm at. The coffee shop that I'm at is just totally filling up. But I'm really looking forward to next year. We should have a hardline internet installed by February. So in February, I'll be able to actually upload content without having to take it somewhere and upload it there. It's getting really difficult these days with my rural ass location to get somewhere where I can put a stream together. But hardline internet is coming. I should have it in about 60 days. I was gifted for Christmas. Thank the fam. Thank the powers that be. I was gifted a yeah. I've never. It still won't be good internet, doggo. It's definitely not going to be good internet. It's just going to be passable internet around here. Like if you can get 10 megs down and 10 megs up, you're doing fantastic. 1010 is like the best you could expect in my neck of the woods. There's just no way around it. I live out in the friggin' sticks, man. But I now will have also with this 60-day timeline, I should have several acres of mountain rural property of my own to mess around with. So yeah, 10's three will totally pass. I've streamed on way worse connections. I know you used to go and stream out in the shed, and I'm sure the connection there wasn't fantastic, but I do look forward to having an actual hardline again. It's been almost 9 months since I've had a stable internet connection that I could plug into and actually stream from, other than at Starkiller Base. And streaming from Starkiller Base is just a pain in my neck. So it'll be nice to be able to move into a good I gotta get OBS for sure. See, I set this whole thing up. I was talking to myself earlier when nobody was watching, or somebody was watching, but I don't know who. Starkiller Base is kind of relocating. We're breaking that up into a couple of pieces and moving things different places. Lefty's taking a portion of it to his place, and I mean he's got space already, and that was converting and back and forth and whatever. Yeah, you know how it is, man. Getting a legal spot in Southern California right now is like pulling teeth. You either got to pay like out the ass, and so I'm kind of refocusing on my my program here, and we're going to change things up and work a little more towards home compliance and spreading the sites around rather than trying to fill up as many plants in a single site as possible. I mean, California's cool. Everybody can have a dozen if there's a couple of growers together, in a house, a couple of adults. It's easy to have a dozen plants, and with a dozen plants, you can do a lot of work. So, and you can have immature plants. It's not a big deal. And indoor, outdoor. I mean, it's pretty flexible here in California. Now, if you want to go commercial, it goes to a whole nother level. My phone's over here blowing up right now with a guy who owns a commercial plot out in Paris that's been trying to get me to consult with him, and I'm still kind of on the fence. There's a lot of opportunities out there for. I mean, I'm sure, as you know, Dago, that there's everybody wants to pick our brains, and everybody wants to find somebody who knows how plants speak and get them to speak to the plants for them. The tricky part is finding somebody that wants to actually compensate you fairly for it. I like to be straightforward, and so I kind of laid my cards on the table with this guy and let him put his down. And by the time we were both done, I was kind of like, Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And Star Killer's not exactly like relocating either. I mean, we're just kind of phasing the whole base idea out just due to liability. It's not worth it to operate in a legal gray area after the first of the year in a capacity that is larger than is personally allowed and in a way that would not be 100% permitted. And it's just really hard to get permitting right now. We've tried and tried, and it's not feasible. They're really trying, and this is part of why I really want to focus on this. We got this whole new thing coming up. This isn't the book, by the way. This is just the manual that I'm working on for the Secular Magnanimous Order of the Ents, our new incorporation of a mutual benefit corporation that we're putting together so that we can share knowledge in a fraternal fashion in a local community better. So, yeah, up until where I'm at, Doggo, up until the first of the year, that's the case. Many of the cities are putting in very strict regulations out here. Luckily, where I'm at, I'm in an unincorporated area, so I don't live in a city, so I don't have to deal with city regulations. And the county regulations are a little more broad, which is what's going to allow me to have an outdoor crop and an indoor crop and mothers and clones and still pretty much continue what I've been doing. However, the area that Star Killer was at was within the bounds of the city of San Bernardino, who has, because of their acceptance to what's going on, Mass 420? Because of City of San Bernardino's acceptance to start phasing in a commercial system, they have really cracked down on having commercial type operations operating within city limits if they're not permitted. So, because we weren't able to get permitted in the location we were at, it didn't make sense to continue just running a risk of doing something that was very soon going to become, while not like a major crime, it was still going to be something that was illegal, commercial being the key term. And this is the deal, is that that's fantastic, but when you're blowing up 500 square feet of canopy, where are you going to put the flower? You got to either sell it on the black market or you got to try and bring it to the white market. Oh, nice. You just Mass 420 just found Doggo. That's great. Doggo, Dago. I'm still going to call you El Guapo. I remember those days. The original Dago. I like the El Guapo. It reminds me of the Mexican spices at the supermarket around here. Yeah, and yeah, well, you can't sell it. Lol, exactly. You can't. You can just hoard it. And if you're looking to, even helping out fellow patients, which is what I'm all about. And the kind of idea behind Star Killer Base was more than medical. That's the idea, is the whole reason why Star Killer Base is having to change. And I think this is kind of the same reason why the Death Star, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the same reason why the Death Star kind of became unfeasible, is it just wasn't worth the risk to continue operating on that level without the safety net of being licensed, and it doesn't mean you can't operate, you just can't talk about it anymore, and it makes it this weird kind of gray area where everybody's kind of working in the shadows. My whole deal with the mutual benefit corporation, a la the Elks Lodge, but for smokers and growers, would be to provide a place that we could do whatever we want to do without. So yeah, I heard that the Death Star properties was but the reason why it didn't get moved right over was because of the same kind of deal we're dealing with, where it's just ridiculous prices anywhere that is legit. Everybody wants an arm and a freaking leg. They've figured out a way to squeeze everybody down on the growers' end. This is kind of getting dialed in. And so it's making more sense to kind of go back to basics. I'm watching for a lot of growers in my area and California are kind of rethinking things and either going full on black market and saying fuck it, or they're kind of dialing things back and going, you know what, this is, while I can still get a lot done moving forward in the legal cannabis sphere. What up, B? Mischief Mike? Yeah, I heard about the whole landlord selling the property and the fact that they were going to raise their rents up fucking out the roof or whatever. And I know that's part of the whole situation why the Death Star went down, but why it didn't become another Death Star, is that's the California situation, and we're all kind of stuck in it right now. Nobody really wants to go full on medical because you know full on medical really limits you, and nobody wants to go full on commercial because full on commercial is super expensive, and you end up in this weird gray area. So I feel like the best thing that could be done for the community at large is to normalize it more so that everybody can get their own grow on, and you don't have to see. This is the thing that always bothered me about cannabis. I feel people be like, "Oh man, I want to buy some weed off you." That's great. No, why don't you just grow your own? I mean, if everybody grew their own, or every third person grew their own, then nobody would ever have to buy it off of any dispensary ever. And the whole commercial aspect of a plant, that the commercial aspect of it, I feel, should be limited anyway, would completely disappear. And yeah, I know that might hurt some people in the the whole black market. Good, yeah, the whole black market collapses too. Make it not a market. If you want to be a drug dealer, go sell drugs. If you want to if you want to normalize cannabis, man. I'm not here to judge on people's civil liberties, and if they want to go out and make a world for them in the black market of something, I don't care. I think that cannabis should be something that nobody should go to jail for. I did my time for cannabis and went to jail for cannabis, and I think it's bullshit. I think that jailing people for plants and possession and cultivation thereof, consumption of them is silly. And I mean, you could apply that to other, pharmacological plants as well. But I think cannabis is a pretty safe one that nobody's like dying left and right over it any worse than tobacco or alcohol, at the very least, if not substantially better, especially if you consume it in the proper way. People that are being conscientious and eating and vaping more than smoking. I'm sitting there burning doobies, but oh yeah, dude, this, and it's literally you are not far off, doggo. Like literally, yeah. There was a couple people that are like head started turning when I start talking like that, but I don't really care. That's my whole thing. Is I think that people should realize that folks, just because they like cannabis doesn't make them demon people, or weirdos or freaks or dirty hippie stoners. I mean, there's a lot of people who, from little old grandpas and grandmas to, college kids to everybody in between, that could benefit from cannabis use at some point. People like to self-medicate. Yeah, and that's the I mean, literally, this is the great thing about California here. This is my day-to-day hat. I wear this like every day. Well, not this hat, but hats like this. I mean, I have several of them. This one's almost my clan tartan. So I got it because I like the print because it reminds me of my clan tartan. But I think that everybody should have the opportunity to learn how to grow their. I love the thing I love most about this whole YouTube and whatnot. Yeah, there was a family sitting over here a minute ago, kind of giving me a weird look. I actually, shit you not, I threw a joint in the coffee server's tip jar because she said I smelled good. Doober gives zero fucks. I mean, it is what it is. My goal is to normalize it. Cannabis isn't a demon plant. It's just another plant like any other. And I think that people should realize that, there's a lot of applications, and being closed-minded about anything like that is kind of silly. Yeah, we live in the Bible Belt of Southern travel a bit, and everybody's like, "Oh, California, you must be from Hollywood." No, we get snow every year. My water comes from not even a well, from 1860 stone. Did they cut my internet? Am I back? Is it healthy? I can see you guys in chat. Am I okay? Did I disappear? Everybody's like, "Uh-oh, the coffee shop owner's on to him." I should almost. Am I back? Uh, yeah, it's busy. I'll be uploading a proper video soon. Yeah. I know. I'm in and out. There was a huge rush, and I see a bunch of people. Like, I think they got all their coffee or whatever. Now their all noses are in their phones. So I'm guessing that they're all connected on the thing. My phone's not even connected to the stupid Wi-Fi here. There's a couple other people on their laptops and stuff too. So I'm sure there's got to be 30 people in this coffee shop. Oh, something just went badoop. Oh, it's Discord's yelling at me. And yeah, you got my DMs there. I'm really excited to be, if I'm there, I'm really excited to be testing for Dago. Dago's been kind of idle to me since the beginning here. He's one of the people who took my hand and just yelp, this herb's really bomb. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Get off the Wi-Fi. I'm trying to do my weed stream. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. They gotta check their Instagrams and stuff too. Get them to follow me. That's how I was sending me the. I'm hoping at least to start with Rags Hammer, Ragu's hammer. Ringo's hammer, right? But after Rags Hammer, that molten core looks fire too. But he's got a few of those shockwave crosses that he's putting out, and I've been in my ear too. So the moment I started chatting up in Discord, Shrimp's over here like freaking. I saw Del Toro and the Avengers straight up like, I must have all the beans. Yeah, that shockwave. Yeah. Well, Doggo is ocean grown now. You've ascended from the crustacean crew to the upper echelons, right? Something like that. Yes, bred under Team OG. So there you go. There's your answer. Those are all licensed Team OG testers. You know, kind of like remember when I was running Manowar or Fruit Helmet. That kind of thing. Though, we won't say the fruit word around here. The F word. Can't say the F word. Mr. Jack Daniels, how are you doing, Joe? I ain't seen you in a minute. I should put you on my short list. You're going on the short list, Joe. You weren't on there before, but you're going on. Oh, no, wait. No, you weren't. But you're going on there now. It threw me because I had everything's by initials in my book, so I don't forget, but I already had another Joe P. So I was like, wait, what? Living up north? Selling HVAC? A hybridizer. They call me a hybridizer. Oh, that's great. Dago the hybridizer. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're actually live on YouTube right now, and I was just telling him about that. That's honestly, I told my coworker. I'm glad you got it. So that was the girl who got the tip we were talking about earlier. She had to say it was the best tip she'd ever had. So there we go. Let's see if I can flag her on the way back and get me another pour over. Oh no, actually, funny thing is, the guy who owns this coffee shop is actually a local kid whose family owns the entire complex here. But I actually know Josh, from way back, the owner here, and yeah, it would not be a problem. Trust me, it would definitely not be a problem. Oh, you guys. Oh yeah, you guys are. Damn, you guys are all talking. $4,000 on two air conditioners. That's crazy, bro. That makes me feel sad. I installed a whole set of mini split air conditioners and I think I only charged them $1,000, but it was a good deal. It was for the homie. It was for the Star Killer base. So it was for work. Oh, these guys are all over here. Yeah, ACs are way overpriced. There's a huge racket in it, and that's what I was going to take. Like, if you want to talk about that, we could talk about that, because I put in a 4-unit mini split, and the entire 4-unit mini split installed by me, even paying me to install it, was less than $5,000, and that was a 36,000 BTU head unit and 4 9K minis. So yeah, these guys that especially especially in the summertime, you will really pay a lot for air conditioning. A lot of it has to do with the fact that air conditioning systems deal with a lot of refrigerant, and refrigerant isn't much different than working with, like, think butane extraction. So it's very highly regulated. These guys all have to have EPA licenses, and they have to promise that they're not going to vent their R410A off into the freaking atmosphere, because that stuff can be pretty toxic. Yeah, they're getting rid of 410, and then nobody will be able to even do a home thing. That's the thing, is 134 and 410 are like home grade air conditioner stuff, and R410 and R410A are the most common used home AC. Like, the thing that you would charge a mini split with is that R410A. Now, R410A is the EPA is getting rid of it. You know what I mean? Well, if they can ever find enough funding to go back to work, that's the real question. Is there any chance I could get one more pour over? I'll pay you for it. Yeah, the same thing I've been getting, the Timor. You ain't got to do that. Here. Oh. Let's see if I can. What have I done? I've started something. Yeah. So, 2020 R22's out, and they're phasing this stuff out, and that's part of the big deal why AC install is so expensive, because you got to get people that are like certified for all this R410A extraction and thank you. So that's nice. That's good, dude. And it's nice to get paid to do work. And the fact that there's a sucker born every minute that's out there freaking like, yeah, whatever. It cracks me up. I was seeing, I was reading a study today saying that 1 in 4 Americans, they did a survey, and they said 1 in 4 Americans would not be able to put $400 together without selling something or going into debt. 4 in 10. Sorry, 4 in 10. That's 40%. Not 1 in 4. That's like almost 2 in 4. So 4 in 10 Americans could not put $400 together without going into debt or selling a possession, which means that, like, people are living paycheck to paycheck all the time. And yet, a lot of the people that are, our representatives are like, what do you mean you can't put $400 together? The other, 6 in 10 people are, while the 4 of the other 6 in 10 are like, yeah, I could do 400 without, that's barely. And then the other 2 are like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, math is hard. I didn't have it written down in front of me or anything. I was just going off something I read on Reddit from an article from some Washington Post or something. It was an article from an article. It was like Articleception. Yeah, I mean, on the spot. I mean, like, if somebody said, hey, give me $400 now. They said 4 in 10 Americans would be like, I'd have to like sell something, like, hold on, let me go sell my TV. I gotta go pawn my Xbox, and then I can get you $400. But like, yeah, without doing something like that, bam. What the hell? Are you guys like talking about like some kind of MMA thing? Hey, the kids are good. Aiden's bigger than I am now. Doober Jr. I don't know what you want to call that. My son. He's freaking almost 6 foot tall and 200 pounds. Yeah, I mean, they probably don't interview hobos too, doggo. I mean, that's kind of like how it is. They're already interviewing. Don't worry about it. No sweat. Yeah, I mean, they're not out there interviewing super like low. Yeah, he's giant. I don't know about growth serum, but his mother was 6'2", 220, so it is what it is. So my boy's getting big. Lily has moved out, my oldest daughter. Kayla is in high school, so like they're all getting big, man. I ain't got no little kids anymore. I was at Christmas, and my oldest daughter's boyfriend was at Christmas with us, and I felt like a grandpa because while I don't have any grandkids yet, I was like pouring shots in my son-in-law's tea to like spike it up, Irish it up at the family Christmas, and I'm like, oh man. Yep, my little anchor babies. I got a whole bunch of anchor babies. That way I could stay here